we go. It is already time for you to go as well. Man, man. I love you. And I love you too. Beloved and holy friends, why thank you for joining me. And Joe, Zoe and the dog too. It's a dear pleasure having you here today. Today's stream topic is about fearlessness and body sensing. Yesterday, me and Joe followed a yoga nidra meditation with Richard Miller. Thank you. And he's this neuroscientist, am I right?
He's all kinds of things.
Yeah.
He's not a neuroscientist.
PhD in neuroscience. PhD in? Yeah. Then I think you're a neuroscientist, technically.
He's got all kinds of credentials. Like, the list goes on.
Yeah, like I think he like taught at Harvard as well for a while.
I think Stanford.
Stanford. Basically just someone that has paid a lot of attention to the brain, and then he brought all of his knowing of the brain into...
Works with a lot of trauma centers. He's worked in cancer centers for pediatrics. He's taught yoga to the blind. He's done a lot of... he worked for the CIA of Australia's...
division?
Web security.
Neat. Yeah. I don't know if that part's that important, but...
No, I mean, like doing yoga stuff, like teaching them to basically relax because they're the ones that are in a constant state of trying to... Like, they have to just assume that they've been breached.
Right.
And they're trying to find the breach at all times.
Non-stop being in a state of high stress and then doing some yoga before you get into that space. So, part of his teaching, or his little seminar before he actually takes you into the meditations, he talked about body sensing, right? He talked about how the practice of yoga is not a personal one. And did he talk about fearlessness? I don't know if he did. I think Hoopy actually talked about fearlessness in my comment section. That's kind of like maybe what I'm being shaped by right now immediately. Indigo is here with us. Hey.
You did talk about non-separation.
You did talk about non-separation.
Violence.
Violence, yeah. If you're competing inside your own body, right? Like if you want to do a forward fold and you're angry at yourself, pushing yourself into a point of pain to get to the floor, right? You're literally being violent towards
conflict within the body.
Yeah, towards your own body, conflict inside your body. I feel like I'm talking about interesting stuff, and you're like, I want to be here for this conversation.
I know. I love this stuff.
She really does. And like I showed up with Joe yesterday, and we did like an hour and 15 minutes of that meditation, and it was good. And I brought that body sensing, it's like an awareness thing, into my practice today, and I want to almost like accentuate that topic in talking about how being aware of your body, sensing your body, allows you to be a little bit more fearless. I think it could potentially have the opposite effect as well, where maybe you're sensing your body in a way where you have a big old headache.
I feel like a lot of fear can be reduced by adding awareness.
Yes.
A lot of it, because a lot of fear is based on the unknown.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And your body is the sensor, technically, through which every bit of fear is going to be processed, right? And sensing that helps.
Yeah, because most of the information, that's one of the things that was mentioned, is that most of the information that we have comes from the body. The body is the informer, whereas the mind can influence the body. The mind is informed by the body.
Yeah, right? Think about that. Like how if you stub your toe, your body is going to let you know. I have stubbed my toe. Ouch! Right? And you can't be like, actually, no toe. Your mind says, you're fine. Like the toe is going to be like, no, I'm in fact not. I'm bleeding or whatever. Right? It'll keep informing you. The mind can influence the body, but the body is the one informing your mind. And sensing your body in that way almost like grows your relationship with this
mind-body connection.
Yeah, with this person that you are. I love you. I miss you already. Oh. I was like, are you getting something behind me?
Yeah, your back.
She's got my back all the time. I love you. See you soon, my love. Good evening, sir. Madhav. Good evening to you. It's my morning. My day is just about getting started, and your day is just about getting done. Isn't that interesting? Good morning to you, GTM. I hope that you're doing well. Hope that you're treating yourself with respect and kindness. I hope that you're sensing your body. We have a beloved Indigo here too, and Sam saying good morning, folks. Good morning, Sam. Julie joining us, saying hi. Hey, friend Dan here with us too. Sup, Dan man? Have you been sensing your body, Dan? He's like, no, I've been fighting zombies.
Love you, bye.
Love you, Xiao. You get your coffee?
No, I'm like, I'm forgetting.
Yeah, you see.
Dancing around the living room. I have the coffee. I need my water.
Nice.
My creatine.
There is something that frustrates me. Do you want to get yourself some blue too? I don't know if you want blue in the coffee. It should be okay. Coffee is already bitter at least, so it should.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Of course.
I heard this thing that said after about 30 minutes of creatine in your water, it turns into creatinine.
Yeah?
Is that true? Do you know?
Is that a bad thing?
Creatinine just doesn't do the same thing that creatine does. Right?
I didn't know that. But I'm willing to find out because it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack.
No, of course not. This is interesting to me. Body sensing, right? Today's stream topic is about body sensing. Creatinine. Let's see. I'm gonna ask the question in a way that doesn't elicit the information of creatinine, but still will give us the answer. I am considering taking creatine. Am I supposed to take it quickly, like all of the powder in like a shot with like enough water, or am I supposed to put it in water and then drink it throughout the day? I'll find out. Drink it all at once. Yep, there it is. Timing, loading phase. They want you to drink it all at once. There it is, stability. Creatine monohydrate is not very stable when sitting in water for long periods. If you leave it in a bottle all day, it breaks down into creatinine, a waste product that doesn't help your muscles.
Well, I've not been.
Getting there. I mean,
I've been wasting your creatine.
our creatine. It's not. I don't think it would be that bad. Like, how long does it actually take for it to turn into creatinine?
30 minutes.
30 minutes?
It's fine. I could get.
No. Okay, within 8 to 12 hours. So within 8 to 12 hours, very little breakdown occurs, and then after 24 hours, you'll see more significant percentages. So I think you've been fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you've been fine. The more you know. The more you know. Don't leave your creatine in a bottle of water for 24 hours and then drink it the next day. You'll probably still get, but beyond 48 hours, a substantial amount of the active supplement has been lost. Neat. I actually didn't know that. Thank you, Joe. The layers of my mind have been expanded. I haven't taken my creatine just yet. Bro, in 2013, I almost died with that EF5 tornado. I'm happy that you're alive and that you're here with us today, dear friend. Same here. It's done already, Ebenezer. It's a new start of a new second. Thank you for the hearts. That's so nice. I feel so loved. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. Hi. Yeah, I love this time glitch. It is a pretty much time glitch existing in multiple different time frames at the same time as humanity. Good morning here. Good evening. Thanusha. Good evening to you, dear friend. Thank you for sending me a good morning. I hope that this day will go well. I'm sure it will. I love you, Zhao. Have a good one. See you soon. Morning, everyone. Left the peppers and tomatoes out last night. Oops, got down to 43. They look fine though. I'm happy that they look fine because that could be devastating, right? Losing all of your produce because of the cold quickly. Hey, bro. It's me. You're sorry. Hey, you're sorry. It's nice having you here too. We got Levi saying, I'm Angelina. I'm from Italy. From Italy. I promise I can read. I promise. I'm from Italy. Love you and your channel and your videos. You're amazing. Blessings coming your way. You have a great day. Levi Yosin. Levi Siuni. Levi. I'll call you Levi, dear friend. Thank you, Levi. Welcome. I don't know if you've been here before. Is it the first time you're joining us? You did say your name is Angela. So maybe I should call you Angela instead, right? Angela would probably be better. I'll try and make the connection that Levi is Angela. We've had an Angela before, so I think I can reutilize that infrastructure in my brain. Be like, okay, you remember that this person is also Angela. Thank you for joining me. I'm being awkward. Oh, please like me, I say. Fearlessness and body sensing. What an interesting topic to start the week with. I feel bad, y'all, but I don't have time to talk about it. Work shit. Yeah, Dan just got promoted recently. It's not always sunshine and rainbows that was happening. Yes, I'm Angela, and it's the first time watching your channel. I love you. That's super nice. Aesthetic Lily, thank you for joining us too. Lone Buffalo is here with us saying, no kidding. No kidding, Mr. Buffalo. You're like, no kidding with the please like me. Don't you? Don't you think everybody wants to be liked? I'm just autistic. Which makes me extra awkward, you know. Like, believe you me, I'm very. I try to be personable, you know. I'm a good conversationalist at the very least. I give people things to hook onto so that they can continue talking to me. However, the only reason I know how to do that is because I've extensively studied. How to Human reads books about it. Like, oh, okay. This is what humans want. I can do that. I'm good at doing stuff sometimes. Fearlessness and body sensing. Thank you, Sam, for bringing us back to the topic at hand. Today's topic is about fearlessness and body sensing. So I think we should start with body sensing as a concept, right? There's many ways that you can go about body sensing. One of them is something called yoga nidra, right? Yoga, Y-O-G-A, and nidra, N-I-D-R-A. And if you go through that process, it's basically a guided meditation where you scan over your body, right? You scan your head, and you scan your temple, and your eyebrow, and your eye, and your left cheek. And then you scan your right temple, and your right eyebrow, and your right eye, and your right cheek. And then you scan both of your eyes at the same time. And then you keep doing that. Taking bit by bit your ear and your side of your neck and your throat and your chest and your shoulders and your arms. And the deeper you go into body sensing, the more relaxed you become, right? To the point where they call yoga nidra non-sleep deep rest as well, because you get so restful that you don't necessarily have to sleep, but it has the same function on your body. And the way that I have almost like identified the reason for that in my own mind is that it does bring about a kind of sense of fearlessness, right? Not fearlessness in the way where I'm gonna climb into a lion enclosure because I just did a yoga nidra, ideally not, but a fearlessness in the unknown that I am diminishing, right? You have unknowns inside your own body as well. And when you go through a sensing like that, it's almost like you tune down, right? After like tuning up the intensity, the volume of awareness around like your eye, after you move past it, it tunes down again to the point where you don't have to think about it. And going through that state begets this experience of, you know what? There's nothing for me to worry about here. And there's nothing for me to worry about here. And there's nothing for me to worry about here. And there's nothing to worry about there, right? And after you've gone through that, you realize that you're okay in so many words, right? And I wish I could impress upon a person that feeling, because it does feel almost like a little bit transcendental. I started doing the hemisync tapes. I did one yesterday. I haven't done one today yet. I think I'm going to do 2 today. I'm on focus 10 right now. I'm starting the whole process over again. And there is fear. There is fear in doing that stuff, right? So I think I might need to do a yoga nidra to like scan my entire body, and then I need to go into my hemisync so that I can not be blocked. Because what ends up happening with these tapes is that if you are in a state of fear, your mind will go into something that's called non-dream rest or non-dream sleep, right? Where you're literally going to block yourself off from interacting with the intensity of the energy, right? And it usually arises from a state of fear, right? Having an outer body experience is alarming to most people, right? Suddenly being like, oh, wait a second, I am more than just my body and I can exist outside of it. And then and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna lose my mind. So yeah, I think that's where I'm at. That's the thing that I'm going to enter this week with. I think it might be time. No, I'm still, you know what? I'm no longer scared to share this, actually, Sam. Yesterday, I alluded at the fact that there's something that I wanted to say, but I didn't want to say, less I wanted to do it and said I wouldn't. I have stopped after my first hemisync session on Saturday. I have stopped partaking. I was like, near. I need to take a break. I said to myself, I'm gonna turn 28 in 3 days, and I think I want to enter this 28th year of my life with a lot of clarity, a lot more intention, fearlessness. You know, being very aware of my body. I don't think the flowers are bad, but I do think they have an effect, and that effect can sometimes look like hunger, can sometimes look like calm, can sometimes look like a peacefulness that allows me to not worry about things. However, my ability to worry about things is still intact, right? And it can be detached from without the need for the flowers. And I have determined that it's going to be what I'll do over the next, I don't know how long, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a whole year. Please no, I say to myself, please, dude, don't be crazy. Don't tell me what to do myself. I'll do it harder. There's so many different versions of self inside all of us, right? There's 5 bosses. There's the version of yourself that has to survive, right? Has to make sure you have a space to sleep, food to eat. Then there's the version of yourself that's outgoing, wants to connect with people, right? Right? Then there's the version of yourself that's ambitious, wants to conquer the world. Then there's the version of yourself that wants to play, right? Wants to be calm. And then there's the version of yourself that, don't say I'm forgetting the last one. I think I am. The version of yourself that I'm almost like thinking to myself right now in my moment, that wants to grow, right? And what does that look like for each and every single one of us? For me, it seems like I have to optimize, right? I've been doing a bunch of stuff to myself as of late. I've gotten way more into my yoga. I'm meditating a lot more, but I'm also stacking a bunch of compounds. Magnesium and vitamin D3 and K2 and B vitamins are all influencing your mental state, right? Your energy systems. Then there is, of course, caffeine that I do enjoy partaking in as well. Creatine, which is something that I've been doing for a very long time. And then recently, I started implementing into my system methylene blue. And on that note, I'm actually going to go do that right now. I haven't had my dose today. All right, and methylene blue, you can see the little bottle standing on that shelf back there. is a freaking dye that they found in the 1900s, right? Literally a dye made for coloring things blue. However, they found that when a person consumes methylene blue, it allows their mitochondria to become more efficient at processing oxygen, because the methylene blue as a molecule donates electrons to the electron transport chain of your body, which means that it's easier for your body to process instead of oxidize. All right? You have this thing called oxidative stress in your body. And when oxygen doesn't get processed, it bonds with things. And that's bad. You don't want to do that. All right? However, I do believe that there is a little bit of an overlap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there's an overlap with how I feel sometimes, right? The energy level that I have in my body and what I'm doing to myself when it comes to my partaking of flowers as well. And the flowers can have the effect of relaxing you, and all of this other stuff that I'm doing has the effect of not relaxing you. So it's kind of like I'm pushing and pulling in different directions a little bit, and I, during my hemisync meditation, came to that conclusion. I was like, whoa, I don't think I'm doing this the way I'm supposed to be doing it, and I think I need to lock in a little bit harder. Become a little bit more intentional. My vitamins, my creatine, and my blue. Yeah. All right. Alrighty. Did I leave my coffee there? Silly me. Pop. Sweet. Returneth again. So now I've shared with you, friends, what I've done as it relates to body sensing, right? All of that context is in so many words me talking about body sensing. I want to become very sensitive to my own body senses. Last night, the amount of dreams I had was staggering. And that is to be expected, but I'll let you friends know how things continue to unfold. Yeah, so fun. Angela, watching your channel for the first time. Bless again. Hi, I'm Indian. Aesthetic Lily. Bless. What's up, man? How's your morning going? What's the topic? I've shared now. Body sensing. Work. Rushing from problem to problem. No. Kickflip. That clanker. Oh yeah. Final cut video. Welcome back, friend. Thank you for joining us. Wanting everyone to like you is a quick way to suffering. I don't want everyone to like me. I just want you to like me. You're like, hey, I could be everyone. You could, right? And if I just get liked by you, then you're the everyone I need to worry about. I try to be as kind and as thoughtful to every single person I interact with. And some people dislike me simply because of that. However, I like myself for being that way. And it's more like a tongue-in-cheek kind of joke for me, at the very least, right? Whether you like me or not isn't going to change anything for me. It could just change something for you, right? Like if you like me, we probably will have more instances of getting to connect. However, if you don't like me, I keep going on with my life as if nothing has changed. Hey, girls are dying to talk to you. Nice, thanks. Stay alive, please. It's Angela again. You're cute. Hello. Hey, Angela. Thank you for joining us. It's nice having you. Yoga bro. Good morning, sir. Hey, Cap. Thank you for joining us too. BSF saying good morning. Yoga with Adrienne is a good direction to start in. She's spunky and cute and gives great cues. It's true. In a weird way, I experience that with my health issues, even though they are severe. I scan often. I know them. I see them. I experience them often. I know them. It's fine. The other outer aspects, no. Maybe there's going to be more context soon. Yoga Nidra was my nickname in high school. I don't do scans or yoga enough to relate, but I'm showing, even with seizures and muscle issues that are scary, it can be not so scary if you know it's they when you look and know it's it and it's there. I think I know what you're saying, right? Where, like, as our friend Indigo is saying, if you are dealing with something as scary as seizures and muscle issues, right, twitching or something like that, just scanning over that part of yourself, right, knowing that it might be on its way, like scanning your body, noticing that shift and being like, oh, I might have a seizure now. That is going to reduce the amount of fear you're going to go through versus if you have zero awareness, right, going into it, kind of thing. Greetings from Tel Aviv. Thank you for joining us. Kostanza. It's nice having you here too. I definitely want to try all of this though. I have always wanted this version of mind-body connection. I feel my mind-body connection is severed by nature. I respect your feelings. However, I look forward to seeing you build that mind-body connection stronger, right? Maybe we can see it more as like a weakening of signal, but it's impossible for it to be severed. If that mind-body connection was severed, you wouldn't be able to lift your arm, kind of thing. Right? One of the things that we went through yesterday as well is something called energy bodies. So you can, in meditation, right? And maybe you want to participate in this with me. Be very still, put your arms in your lap, and then instead of lifting your arm up, imagine the energy body, right? Imagine your body in your mind, right? See it there as energy, because it has to be, right, for it to exist in your mind like that. And then imagining you raising your arm as that body of energy, right? And then you can almost fill in the gaps. You can put your arm inside that energy risen body. And like if you do that, if you scan your body like that as well, you create this energy body that exists, and it exists whether you create it in your mind or not, right? And then you almost like bring your physical body into alignment with that energy body. That helps create a better mind connection as well, mind-body connection. Hey, Rad, thank you for joining us too. Espresso, love it in the morning. I also enjoy some coffee in the morning. Dope scarf, homie. Thanks. Thank you. This was a birthday gift when I turned 26. It is nice. I do like it. Thank you for the love. I think I may have a chance now, and I have high hopes and goals and plan. I want to act on it soon. It doesn't take a lot. Doesn't take a lot, Indigo. Right? Cut out some time, ideally in the mornings. That's usually when it's easiest to control, right? Maybe wake up 10 minutes earlier, and then you can just spend time. You don't even have to get up off your bed. You don't even have to get up off your bed. Maybe just, you can like search Yoga Nidra, and then doing a body scanning, right? Suddenly my awareness gets called to like breathing deeply as well. Like birds in the theory of gravity, Buffalo. I could get behind that. Maybe caffeine is a hoax. I'm gonna see all messages. I might have missed something in that context. Yeah, suffering, it's funky. And I'm starting to think caffeine is a hoax. That's an interesting perspective. Caffeine is a stimulant, not a hoax. You know, it has this function where if you look at the chemical structure of the caffeine molecule itself, the thing about coffee is that there's way more, right? Hey, Google, how many different compounds exists in a cup of coffee? Do you know? I think like 2,000. It's around 2,000. Okay, no, I'm capping. It's around 1,000. A single cup of coffee contains over 1 1,000 different chemical compounds. There's antioxidants, there's volatile aromatics, there's lipids and acids, and then there is the terpenes like cafestol and kawul found in the coffee oils. So even though the caffeine has an effect, right, and we can synthesize caffeine in and of itself to just get the stimulatory effects thereof, coffee itself contains more than just the caffeine. And you're feeding your microbiome all of those compounds. Your microbiome produces most of your serotonin and stuff. So that's where the coffee connection comes from me. It's not so much just about the caffeine itself. It's about all of those other kind of like external compounds. This dude is always smiling. It's not healthy, bro. Danny the boy, should I be like, yeah, I'm really healthy. No. No! I'll smile harder about it. Do you think you could just do less every day, once a week? Or is it hard for you to regulate? I think I have been doing less, weirdly enough. Right? The things that I found was causing me a lot of anxiety. I can't lift my arm. That's fine, Indigo. That is actually fine. Right? Energy body. Can you imagine as an energy body your arm being lifted up? Right? That's kind of the practice. That's the way you can like body scan. You don't have to be able to move your arm for your body to kind of like go through that experience, for you to have that mind-body connection. Do you think you could just do less? Yeah, it's nice to meet you. Thank you, Elf. It's nice to meet you too. Welcome. Harry Shannon says, I'm going through a Kundalini awakening. My hands move over my body as I spontaneously speak in different languages, like spiritual surgery. That's really cool, Harry. I haven't gone through too much of that myself. I haven't done too much Kundalini yoga, actually. I've had Kundalini-esque experiences, but I haven't gone as deep as to like do proper like fire breathing and like lift my Shakti energy all the way up. How has that been for you? Have you been doing it on purpose, or has it just been happening to you, kind of thing? I have a brain communication issue where my brain sucks at talking, and it does a lot of stupid stuff, tics, speech issues, seizures, one-sided weakness, stiffness, or just frozen body parts. Still figuring it out, but yeah. I envision you getting better, dear friend. Seeing you able-bodied and happy to be alive. Free to run in the flower fields if you so wish. How much for that doggy in the wind? I haven't heard that song in a long time. Hey, PD, God, nice having you here. This ninja looks like he gets naked and sword fights crystals to rejuvenate his mane. I wish I didn't read that comment, but at the same time, it's kind of funny. So, good one. I haven't, but you know what? Maybe I should start. Maybe that's the rejuvenation that I need. Maybe I've been falling short. Thank you for helping, steering me in the right direction, Karam. But I do hope to rebuild, or just in general, build a mind-body relationship. I really wanted one for years. I think it can be so, right? If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. I heard that they grind insects along with coffee beans. They probably grind insects along with every single thing you've ever eaten, right? If you think about bread, you think there's no insects somewhere between those grains before they get turned into powder, and then that powder gets used into breads? You think? The only way you can probably not get insects is if you eat meats, and even then, you could get parasites as well. We evolved in a world where eating insects is kind of part of the deal. It happens sometimes. Oops, you're handsome. Thank you, Marcus. You say this every day. Always comes as a welcome little pick me up. I appreciate it. It'll be a lot of work, but it will be worth it. Absolutely. Caffeine is a stress hormone. No. Technically, caffeine is something that has the same molecular shape as adenosine, right? So when your body processes energy, you have something called adenosine triphosphate. Triphosphate. And then when one of these phosphates gets broken off, you are left with adenosine diphosphate. And adenosine diphosphate will build up in your brain as you go through your day, basically bonding with these adenosine receptors as the concentration of them increase, communicating to your brain sleepiness. It'll be like, oh wow, I have all of this adenosine diphosphate in my brain. I must be tired. And then you sleepies. And then all of that stuff gets washed away. Literally, your brain gets washed by spinal fluids. Right? And then you processed as well, of course, cellularly. And then you wake up the next day and you start it all over again. And what coffee does, right? Let me show you. Let me show you the molecular shape of it. And I can kind of hear what you're saying of the whole stress hormone, because it is creating a little bit of stress. Like it's literally oxidative stress that's building up in your body as you get more of this adenosine diphosphate. Adenosine diphosphate and caffeine, molecular similarity. Look at this. It's not that similar, but similar enough. You see that shapey? And you see that shapey? You see them? Same, but different, but still same. So this is the molecule that bonds with your brain, right? Making you tired over the day. And caffeine looks like that. And it will plug itself in to those adenosine receptors. Caffeine and adenosine diphosphate share a significant structural similarity, specifically in their purine ring core, which allows caffeine to act as a competitive antagonist at the adenosine receptors. Caffeine mimics the shape of adenosine, the molecule responsible for signaling fatigue, allowing it to bind to those receptors and blocking them, preventing feelings of tiredness. However, what we've realized about that activation pathway is that it has the effect of being stimulatory. Right? You'll get stimulated. It's like it's a signal. It sends a signal as well. Makes your brain a little bit more neuroactive. I want whatever the guy that's talking about spiritual surgery is on. That sounds dope. I mean, if you really want that combat journey, start doing Kundalini yoga. Like unironically, like that's how you get. You can get. It's for you too. Yoga is for everyone. I love your shirt. Thank you, Internet Big Sister. This is one of my old ones. I also don't drink pre-ground coffee beans. I'll say that part too. Yeah, you mentioned this earlier, but when you stop the flowers, the dreaming is crazy, right? I heard you talking about it. Yep. It is a correlation that I seem to notice in my own life. The nabbiness, cannabinoids, has that effect, right? It downregulates your dream cycles a little bit as well. And I don't know if that's a good thing necessarily. Apparently, your REM, according to my stats, I've still been getting my REM sleep. I'm just not accessing as much of it in memory the day after. And it does affect our memory, unfortunately. Just a little bit, but non-zero. Non-zero correlation. I've done Kundalini yoga, and it was the best yoga I've done. There you go. Every single person has their own process of yoga as well. One of the things that Richard Miller said yesterday is that no matter what your yoga pose looks like, right? Someone from Yoga Magazine of the World can come and take a photo of you, no matter what yoga pose you're doing. You can be doing the Shavasana, laying on the ground. And they can take a photo of you, and they can put it on that magazine's front cover with it titled the most perfect yoga pose because it's yours, right? Whatever the pose, it's your yoga pose, and that makes it perfect. Like there, you can compare. In comparison, it becomes personal. However, in the actual practice, it's not. It's just a relationship that you have with your body. Your body isn't insulting you when it's stiff. Your body isn't trying to be mean to you when it isn't acting in the ways that you want it to, right? It's not a personal thing. But in realizing that, you can start to build a relationship with it, right? I don't know if I should call it a personal relationship. I should see it more as an understanding, right? Come to the conclusion of and have grace with your body. Be patient. Being patient with your body is the best thing you can do. There's a yoga pose where you lay on your back and then you lift your hips and then you put your feet behind your head, right? And that's a pose that I never had the flexibility to do. And I wanted to. And I tried. And I tried. And it hurt. And it hurt. And I couldn't get there. And I couldn't get there for 3 years of daily yoga practicing. 3 years. I just couldn't get there. But I wasn't fighting. I wasn't angry at myself. I was just like, oh, okay. Guess not. Oh, all right. Guess not still. And then after I started being able to do it, it's not promised. Some days, maybe I slept in a way where my back was a little bit more tweaked. Maybe the way I walked, the amount I walked, the food I ate, all of these things, even the amount of magnesium. That's a big one for me. The amount of magnesium in my body will determine how far I can go. And I found that I can't. I can't go as far if I almost like show up from a place of expectation. All right. If I'm like, I expect myself to be able to do this, and then I try and push myself into it, those are the days that I can. However, if I just test it, right? If I just ask myself, can you? Those are the days that I usually can. And it's not promised as well. Like that's the biggest thing for me about my personal journey is that you do so much work in trying to reach some sort of ideal, right? Like having that flexibility. And then the next day, you no longer do. All right. And we can take that personally, right? But like, what? How dare you, body? Don't you know that I have done the work? And your body isn't trying to fight you. Your body isn't trying to be mean. Your body is just having an experience as well. Again, what Joe said this morning, your body informs your mind. Your mind can inform certain things in the body, but your body is the one that's informing the mind, right? Your body is the one that has the eyes. Your body is the one of the ears. Your body is the one of the fingers that can feel. This is informing in here, right? You can have an effect with your mind, sure, but it's not personal. It's not personal. Don't take it so personal. Just show up little by little. We got Gavity Goo here. Hey, Gabs. Welcome, bro. Kundalini awakening just happened. Never asked for it. It's brutal. People think it's cool. It takes you to dark places. Yeah. Why is that, Harry? Why are you being taken to a dark place? I don't know about it takes energy from you about the caffeine thing. You can't take energy from yourself, right? I think all of us metabolize energy. It might help you metabolize energy a little bit differently, but it's not taking anything from you. Things that I will agree takes things from you is like serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Any reuptake inhibitor. You get actually a bunch of different ones. Reuptake inhibitors stops your body from going through the normal channel of processing a compound. And it will basically hold on to that compound until it destroys it, which in that way takes energy from your body, and that keeps you in a lower vibrational state. But it's to each their own thing as well, right? You might not have that good of a connection with this compound. That is caffeine. It was so connective and it was great. But I have heard it's a scary place for an awakening. I mean, I'm so curious about the fear, all right? Why is a dark place scary? Because you have a hard time sensing, all right? You can't see, you don't really want to hear things in the dark because that, again, is scary. Creates a bunch of questions in your mind. However, sensing your own body, right, is something actively mauling you right now? No, you're safe. Can you breathe? Yeah, you're safe. Do you have enough energy to be cognizant in this moment? Yeah, safe, right? Sense inside your body. If you find that fear response, see it as a call to awareness. Indeed, Yowski Bop. Yowski Bop indeed to you. Nice shirt. Thank you very, an internet big sister. I'm off to practice, Bay. See you tomorrow. Good, Mark. Thank you, friend. Have a good one. Mondays are strong coffee days. Yeah. What do you do to earn bread? I basically pray and wait for the bread to fall from the sky. I go hungry most days, but one of these days, one of these days, I'll ground coffee for you. I look forward to you. You watch UFC? No, I don't. Oh yeah, the flowers stop your dreams, at least for the most part. That's why they give it to people that have night terrors and stuff. True. He sells jars of his farts. Variable. You want to buy some? They're not that expensive, right? Like most people can afford my jars of farts. Hit me up. I'll see if you have money. I'll first ask you how much money you have, right, in your bank account right now, and then I'll charge you. I'd like to add my coffee, evaporated milk and honey. I like to add to my coffee evaporated milk and honey. That's interesting. I do cream, but I guess evaporated milk is kind of like a type of cream, right? People said it affects your memory, which is BS. Statistically, they also say it makes you paranoid, hungry, lazy, and get this, they say it affects your memory. Okay, now I get it. That's pretty funny. Yeah, people say it affects your memory, which is bullshit. I mean, they say it makes you paranoid, it makes you hungry, and get this, they even say it affects your memory. What? Why would they say that? Shouldn't you be doing a Tivana commercial? I mean, if they hit me up, maybe I will. I have gardened for over 10 years and my dreams have come all the way back, you guys. They're vivid 3 to 4 times a week and I'm lucid sometimes. I've still been having dreams. In the same way, Sam, they haven't gone away from me. It's just the intensity, the surrealness of my dreams, and then my ability to recall them is the thing that I find myself being influenced by. I also do, when I stop, go into this almost like hyper state, right? Like hyper awareness, which can be detrimental to my cortisol levels and baseline stress, which is also why I've gravitated towards the flowers because it helps me. Gardening, I like that. Gardening helps me kind of reduce the amount of cortisol in my body, but there are other ways to do that, and I am exploring those other ways a little bit more in depth. And I think for me personally, I have to be like a data scientist, right? I can't muddy the water. I need to cut something out and then test accordingly, and then maybe reintroduce it later. The whole leaf stops your dreams. This is not an absolute. This is true. I wasn't saying the absolute. It just has that effect for many people. Many have reported that correlation. You can't just do Kundalini yoga. It awakens Kundalini, and Kundalini is an intelligence, and it awakens when your soul is ready because it's a difficult process to go through. Yeah, I mean, that's up for debate, right? Like these are like energy systems that exist within everyone, right? And everyone has access to the tools to practice, right? And it's just a matter of do you practice? You might not be ready, as you said. I have noticed this in myself as well with the hemisync tapes, where you dissociate from the meditation. So you don't go deeper. And that could be your soul not being ready in that way. Hey, Zao. I didn't turn your TV on for you? That's a silly me. That's a silly me. Was I being silly? Ooh, wow. You playing with your fluffy? You happy that I put it up there for you? Yeah? You want out? Come on. Just a sweetie bird. Just a sweetie bird. What a sweetie bird you are. I'm gonna turn your TV on and then we're gonna go and show the friends how pretty you are. You're such a beautiful baby. So beautiful. Wow. I'll get you one, okay? You're gonna go bye-bye in a second. I promise. Where do you wanna go? You wanna go bye-bye? Sweetie bird. Look what I'm doing. Look. There you go. I got something on for you. You wanna say hi to our friends? You wanna say hello? Look at us. Look at us, Zobird. He's running. He's like, I'm going to the next place. Hello, Zo. There we go. He's out there now. I think everyone is a little different, Sam. You're right in that, Baron. It's not Sam, you're right. I was having more frequent, higher volumes of dreams per sleep when I was on a 3-month tea break, but now that I'm back and on in full force, they're still frequent and vivid. Well, keep data collecting, and I wonder if that will change. And when we meet each other, maybe that'll be what I'll do. Maybe I'll break my fast with you, Gobbledygoo. How about that for manifesting? Oh, how about that? I think I like that idea, actually. Is your neck beard sticky? It's time to take a shower. I've read that dreams fade from memory quickly, and to lock a dream in, you gotta think about it when you wake up. I have so many dreams that I can really only think about and remember the last one. I have kind of experienced the same thing. Oh, you're returning? Come on. You want to come and hit scritchies? Come on. Come on, sweetie. Step up. Yeah, I'll take you outside. There you go. Hello, Zoe. Good girl. Let's take you outside. Don't worry about the tablet. You want to say bye-bye to the friends? Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Good girl. It's a little bit of a low effort bye-bye, but I'll take it. Want a cookie? Want a cookie? Want a cookie? I'll give you one of these little sunflower seeds. Okay? You haven't eaten your vegetables. Such a good bird eating his veggies. Eating his veggies. Here you go, Zal. I'll see you in a moment, okay? You be good now. Oh. Alrighty. We return. I feel like I am far behind on chat, but I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna just log in and read your friends' messages from now on, I think. It's weird, Gab. They did vanish for a while, which was a relief, honestly. I'm so active. When I dream, I wake up even more tired than I was when I went to sleep. And it's like that again now. Be time to start doing some yoga nidra when you go to sleep, dear Sam. It's interesting because I never thought of it, but that is a relationship. I do hold grace for my body. I don't hate my body for not moving a certain way or hurting itself or not being able to talk. It is what it is. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It is what it is. I guess I don't love the situation. It's put me in being at home and unemployed and having poor quality of life. But I don't hate myself or my body either. I'm proud of you, friend. I think it's easy enough for someone like me to love my body when I'm able-bodied and stuff like that. But for you to have that perspective, despite the challenges that you've went through, that you continue to go through, it's admirable. That's how it was for me when sober. Less restful sleep because of all of the active dreaming. I have been keeping really close track of my data as well, Gabs. So it'll be very interesting for me to notice the correlation, right? If my sleep will get markedly worse, if I'll be able to sleep, if I'm going to be sleeping less, right? Like I'm like a top sleeper when it comes to like data metrics. Technically, I'm like in the top 1% of my age group. I take it really seriously. So serious, right? And the flowers, gardening, helps me in that way too. I've been gardening also for a very long time, and it's a very big part of my experience. And now just like taking that completely away, I'm curious to know how my data is gonna change. Yeah, Melt, I don't mean to be weird, but you look handsome. Your skin, your hair looks good. Thanks, bro. I've been dealing with like pimples and stuff a little bit, but I've also been taking really good care of myself at the same time. I'm also doing red light therapy. I wonder if that's helping, both for my hair and for my skin. And I have been a little bit more mindful in styling my hair in the mornings as well. So I appreciate you for being nice. Not weird. You're being nice, and I appreciate that, bro. I'm having deja vu. I think I had a dream about Jobot that I didn't quite remember all the way. Getting some deja vus right now, or had deja vu, like with the context of the conversation we were having. I wouldn't know how to speak on awakening. I've never been through it. I've heard it's a very hard thing to go through. Some people call it ego death, right? It's like dying. Becoming awakened is like dying. The version of you that you've been, this version of you that believes itself to be separate, believes itself to be victimized, believes itself to be less than, small, add your thing here, right? Limited. Once that version of you dies, it's painful. It's like the version of you you've been. It's like this person you have cultivated in being over the last 20 years of your life or whatever wasn't real ever. Was never real. And then you go through that and you're like, oh wow, this is I don't know about all of that. Can be scary, right? But at the other side, you grow into yourself, right? Aligning with the highest ideal of who you actually are, right? A pure untouchable consciousness, fearless consciousness. AI thinks humans are a liability to themselves. You said that yesterday. Do you believe that? There's a lot of AI. There's literally, at this point, hundreds of different AIs, all of them running on different sizes of servers, right? And I don't know if I can speak for all of them with something so definitive. Hi, bro. Hey, Luna. Welcome again, dear friend. Welcome, S-Ray. And my literal garden is flourishing. I ate my first cucumber this weekend. Gobs. That's cool, dude. Bless you. You keep telling us you're from India every time you're in here. We know, bud. It's nice to see you again. It's true. I'm not even going to read the I'm from India part anymore. I'm just going to say hi to Luna. Are you from Pakistan? No. Oh, wanna go bye-bye? He's cute. He's a really sweet bird. He was like very stimulated, I think is the right word, yesterday when we had family over. We had Shay, Mimi, Eric, Liam, Lewin, and of course me and Joe here as well. And he was like, whoa, there's a lot going on here. It's nice to see him being all calm again today. Got some niche little insult if I am. No, just asking. That's awesome, Gob. Sounds like you're set up to be eating good. I haven't been able to keep mine outside yet, but they are looking good at least. That's cool. Can I like and sub? No. Everybody else can like and sub except for you, Niana. Listening to I don't know why I say no, but yeah. You don't have to ask me permission. Love is true. Breakfast? Breakfast. Here was some egg drop soup, and it was delicious. You made egg drop soup? I literally had a conversation with Shay, Joe's sister, yesterday about egg drug soup. How she didn't try it until she was in her late 20s, and then after trying it, she thought it was gonna just like taste like egg yolk for some reason, and she was like, I don't know if I want to do that. And then she had egg drug soup, and it was great. And then she tried to make it herself at home, and it's harder than she expected. It's cute that you're doing that. Such a charismatic bear. He really is. Teach Zoe to say Muffin Man. It would sound hilarious. I haven't been able to teach him to say anything else. He has like a vocabulary. Hey Google, how hard is it to teach a blue and gold macaw new words after they're like 30 plus years old? It's entirely possible, though it takes some more patience than with a younger bird. Macaws are lifelong learners, so success depends more on their bond with you and the consistency of your training than their age. Use high-value rewards, often a favorite nut or a fruit, only when they attempt a new sound. Contextual learning, say the word while performing the action, like saying apple, only when they see or taste one. Keep it upbeat, use an authentic, high-pitched tone to grab their attention. Neat. There's a lot of words that I would like to teach him. I would like to teach him to say lekker. Lekker. That would be awesome. If I feed him a little cookie and he goes, lekker. Lekker means delicious in Afrikaans. Where are you from? Zoe has Riz. Why does it matter where I'm from? Is taking a half to 1 hour nap each day good for you? Technically, yes. All right. If you look at the studies, they do mark a statistical lower dementia risk when you take a nap every day. However, I have found that if I take a nap in the half an hour to 1 hour range, I wake up devastatingly tired. So I have found from my personal biology, the 20 to 25 minute nap leaves me feeling refreshed afterwards instead of just groggy and tired for the rest of the day. So your mileage may vary. What's up? You want to go bye-bye? Come on. Step up, sweet bird. There you go. You a good girl. Yeah. You want a cookie? I'm going to say lekker. Lekker. Ooh, lekker. It's lekker. Ja. Wat lekker is. Ja. I'm going to give you a lekker cookie. Buy a lekker. You want something lekker?
Want a cookie?
This is your cookies. Yeah, you good girl. Yeah. Yeah.
Want a cookie?
I'm gonna give you one. Let's go and say hi and bye to our friends first. Yeah. And then where are you going? Where are you going? Okay. I guess he doesn't want his cookies just yet. It's like, oh, look at all of these. Look at all of these that I got. He's like, where? Where are you? Look at these. Runs out of the frame. Are you shy? Are you gonna climb on the cushion? Are you gonna climb up here? Wow. Wow. That's my coffee. You shouldn't drink coffee. Coffee is not good for burbs. It has honey in there too. Are you saying hi? Saying hello. That's a good girl. You wanna give me a kiss? That's a good girl. Can you do a spin? Can you do a spin for us? Spin, spin, spin. Spin, spin, spin. Wow, what a good girl. You say hello. Wow. I'm going to put these down here. And then I'm going to give me a high five. Give me a high five. Wow, high five. And then I'll let you get all of them, okay? See, there they are. Give me your hand. There you go. Wow, wow, wow. No, don't start eating them right now, you silly bird. No, you can't just eat them right now. Say bye-bye. Bye. I'll give you the rest of them, okay? Give me one more kiss. All right.
Want a cookie?
I'm going to give you these cookies. They're all yours. What a good girl. What a good girl. Go straight for the peanut. There you go. Wow, he like licked his bowl clean. He even ate his carrots. What a good girl. He usually doesn't like carrots. They don't really eat much root vegetables because they're birds. Like, the roots are under the ground. Why would they eat them? And so he usually doesn't eat his carrots, but he's like cleaned his bowl. We make him like a fresh batch of vegetables every morning, freeze dried vegetables that we rehydrate. Just asking. My job is very cognitively draining, and I feel trapped, and I feel tapped out after 4 hours. And I feel on my A game if I work immediately after waking up. What do you do for work, Lane? Lone? Lone Buffalo? What do you do for work? I'm curious. It seems like you keep bringing up Pakistan to start some sort of weird hate rhetoric spiral here. I don't know what it's about either. I think I fucked up. I will share more. Some of you might remember me meeting this Chinese woman Wei, and things going belly up fairly quickly. Well, shortly after, she reached out humbly, and I reconsidered. I played it close to the chest, cause I was unsure about her, and things went well for a few weeks, and she revealed that she'd have to return home for the summer to finalize her F1 visa. So I planned a trip to visit her in Beijing. I felt like a safe move at the time and a unique experience to have. For the last week, she's been staying with me to avoid the hotel costs, and she leaves on Wednesday. Anyway, there's been issues, misaligned expectations, and a consistent disconnect between feelings in a given situation and what is realistic or logically possible. She also lied about her age by 5 years. Profile said 30. She quickly clarified that wasn't truthful, but I wouldn't share her age. Finally, she revealed last weekend, and I learned that she's 36. Run, Dan, run. Feeling disappointed, stupid, and melancholy overall. Feels good to get off my chest. I'm sorry you went through that, Dan. I personally don't have too much attachment to age, right? Jo never lied to me about her age, but I knew that she was 5 years older than me since we started dating. And it wasn't the issue for me, but the lying about it is the place where the issue kind of arises. She did come clean. That's nice at least. But I can still imagine there's a lot of what else? What, like, if you're lying about your age, are you lying about something else as well? Let me see. Yeah, exactly. I don't even know the difference. I'm in America. I don't even know all 50 states. I wanted to make egg drop soup. I have chives outside. Do make some. Darren Gob says, I have to share some new pics of my garden in Discord. I shared some earlier ones, but now the plants are huge and way bigger than expected. Let me know if you've shared something. Gobbity goo. I'll go and look at your plants too. Run, feeling disappointed. 100%. If you can get Zoe to say muffin, that would be amazing. That voice is perfect for it. Fun fact. Can anybody guess what other groups of birds also has a voice imitation? Crows? I believe the crows can also. But like a fire, quickly and calmly, so it doesn't chase you. It's a predatory animal. Save me, Jon Snow. I know nothing, dude. How am I supposed to save somebody? I guess what I'm struggling with the most is that I have empathy for her. Plenty of what she's doing is toxic. I know that. I'm not naive, but she is ultimately a person who just wants love. Doesn't make any of it sustainable, but it hurts me nonetheless. Yeah. I think in Chinese culture especially, right, women are seen as less valuable when they get into the older ages of their lives, right? So that might also be a part of the reason that she feels the need to lie about that. But also at 36, not having found a partner yet could communicate that there might be challenges there, right? That, I mean, you're privy to. You're definitely privy to. She's so pretty and well behaved, really well behaved. He does call himself a girl, but he is a guy, and he's just a special little burb, right? The amount of joy and light I have seen in that little burby. We've definitely done a lot for him already. Like, since coming here, we rearranged his room. We gave him a window view. I have a TV set up for him that plays like rainforest videos of like birds of paradise and stuff like that. He's very intuitive and intrigued, and he'll like watch the TV. He'll be like, there's other birds out there. Wow. And sometimes he'll like watch the birds, and then he'll have enough of the birds, and then he'll go on his perch, and you'll literally see his droppings, so you know where he likes sitting, kind of thing. He'll just sit and stare out the window, watch Burby TV, kind of thing. He's a sweetheart. Then, you do not reward bad behavior. Treat relationships with people like a lifeguard. I also feel extra stupid seeing as I'm locked into a trip to Beijing with her hosting that I should have just taken the fucking road trip to meet many of y'all. I wasn't gonna say it, Dan. But this is a learning experience, right? Like, even if there's a bunch of skizzy-bo busyness, going to Beijing is going to be a valuable experience for your soul. I'm sure you're gonna grow. Even if you don't end up taking this person as your forever partner, you're still going to grow with the partner that is yourself, right? Experiencing more of the world, seeing more of the culture, eating new types of foods, your soul will still experience that. You're not locked into anything until the wheels are up. Rip off the band-aid and save yourself. I agree, and I appreciate your advice, Buffalo. I'm just processing the emotions. Are the tickets non-refundable at this point? Not refundable, Sam. Yeah, that's pretty rough. I trust. I trust that you're going to have an experience that's going to give you more context, going to give you more tools, going to give you more room to feel, to process your emotions within. I can't say specifically because it would out me, but software development. Oh, yeah. Software development is mentally taxing, as Lone Buffalo says, because you're tasked with not only solving a problem, but you're solving a problem in a way that is, at least depending on what company you work for, standardized, right? You can't just spaghetti, and we do, unfortunately. You can't just spaghetti code. Sometimes we do, but ideally we don't. So it takes more cognitive effort to not spaghetti code. And then on top of that, you have to make sure that your code is annotated, right? So that if you're working for a big company, other people can actually understand what's going on there as well. And keeping all of that stuff in a neat little package inside of your human brain will tax you. I hope that you're taking good care of yourself and getting enough sleep, at least, Lone Buffalo. The fact that you're doing it first thing in the morning or getting most of your work done first thing in the morning, I do believe that it comes with good sleep too. Answer, hummingbirds. Hummingbirds are the other group of species that have the ability to imitate voice. Trip, huh? That is a trip. I didn't know that, soulmate. Soilmate, thank you for joining us. I know you've been here before. Refundable or not, I'm not saying. Or traveling with someone who has been dishonest with me and is being unreasonable. Wake up if your kidneys missing or not. Buffalo is not that serious. She's not that unsafe. Yeah. I think it's more of the unknowns, right? Unknown unknowns. You are going to step into a whole unknown world. I'm sure you'll be fine. You've lived in New York and New York adjacent parts of the world. If you can survive in the big city, you'll be able to survive in Beijing as well. And she's 36. How old are you, Dan? I'm 32. Yeah, that's not too big of an age gap. My mom is 6 years older than my dad. It was never a problem for anyone. Hasn't been a problem for me and Joe either. Like, I don't think our age has, like, I think actually I'm lying. Our age has had a difference, but only in the way that Joe has had the opportunity to grow in ways, to experience things that I still have to, right? I still have to get to the, I feel, emotional maturity in some ways that Joe has, gotten to. But it's not an age thing. It's not like her biological age doesn't affect me. It's more like where we are at mentally. I don't really know a lot about the situation, but it does sound like a 90-day fiance kind of thing. Amen, combat. Ooh, Dan, you gonna marry her? Combat, bit of an exaggeration, but I'm definitely but it definitely moved too quickly. She's been pushing things forward, and I've been struggling to keep boundaries. Run, Dan, run. You're a good bird, Dad. No. Aw, thank you, Prairie. I tried to be. I even like went through the whole fractal of like researching how to take better care of him, how to make sure he's enriched, how to make sure his little life is healthy. And then we've been doing the things that we're supposed to do. I keep putting new sticks in his cage because he keeps disassembling them. I keep giving him like treats that are kind of hidden, right? So he enjoys his treats, just the treat itself, but putting it in a little piece of cardboard and then wrapping it up gives him the satisfaction of scavenging, right? And that's good for his brain. It's good for his brain to hold on to something and manipulate it with his little face. So all of those things are, he's like a little kid, and I try to make sure he stays happy. He's been, I think you friends have noticed, way more chill in the streams at this part of the world instead of like where we started. Like he was loud relentlessly. And there's a relationship where he knows that's not the way to get my attention. He will get loud when he's like feeling a little bit antsy, and I'll I'll know. I'll know where he's at in hearing the sounds that he makes at this point as well. Yeah, I'm not saying run, but this definitely seems like a leave so quickly. You leave a U-shaped hole in the wall where the experience that. The age gap is not an issue for me. It's the lying about it. That's the issue. Yeah. Just be careful, right? I think this community cares about you, Dan, and I think all of us trust that you have enough wherewithal to remain safe. But it is going to be one of those things where your mileage may vary. This is one of those unprecedented experiences. And being with someone from a different country comes with its own challenges. Ask me how I know. All right. It's always how it's handled that decides whether or not it's an issue. She for sure did not handle this appropriately. She did come clean. How did that? Maybe you can like share a little bit of that, Dan. How did that come out? Right. And today's stream topic is about body sensing and fearlessness. Right. And if you in your body, what are you sensing in this whole context, in this whole conversation we're having? When you think about the situation, what is your body sensing? Is there a state of anxiety arising in you? Is there a state of calm? Is there a state of excitement? Is there a state of apprehension, resistance, right? And then if you have identified that inside yourself, does it allow you to be fearless when you're stepping into this journey? Right. I think that's the biggest thing. I don't, and maybe I can share this part of it as well. I don't think you should listen necessarily always to yourself if you're scared. Right. I don't want to use the word scared, but body sensingly apprehensive when I went to China for the first time, and less so when I came to America. But there is a certain seeing the other side that arises, right? More often than not, things are better than you catastrophize them to be. And this feels like it could be one of those situations where you might have to find out. Gonna be one of those FAFO kind of experiences. Exactly, Sam. It was not handled in a way that builds trust. Sure. She leaves on Wednesday. I need to take some time to just clear my head and decide whether this trip is something I want to do or not. Personally, to me, Dan, it's Beijing. I'm going to. You always find a hotel if it goes south. Take any advice from me with a grain of salt. I agree with that sentiment, Darren. I already had to book a hotel actually because of issues over her age. Lamaros. The U-sized hole in the wall. It's pretty funny. Yeah. Interesting. Lying about your age. I actually had a whole moment today It's interesting that you bring this to my mind, Dan. I had a whole moment today wondering if I should lie about my age. Seriously. Where I was like, would it benefit me to tell people I'm older than I am? Would it set people at ease? Would they consider me more of a professional if I told them I was 34 instead of 28? Some people, yes. I was thinking about it specifically from the context of employment, where I'm like, I guess you could get in trouble if you lie on an employment form, right? But would it set people at ease? My mom and my stepdad are 9 years apart. Age gaps don't matter so much as how the age gap is treated. She would provide her ID for the Visa app since she's hosting. She both didn't want to reveal her age and didn't want me to have a digital copy of her ID. Apparently, they have lots of scammers there. I didn't personally meet with any scammers, but ID can be sensitive, I guess. But yeah, pretty sassy bobassi. I booked a hotel for the Visa through the Visa app, maybe, and I have to cancel it. Fully refundable, but it's extra work for me. In this whole back and forth, I made it clear that I should know her age. Age. So she finally told me. That is kind of wild. I guess you do have to get a visa if you want to go to China. Yeah. I'm not giving anyone a copy or image of a government issued ID. No one. Yeah. It is a sensitive piece of information. I have had to give my government ID to many people, like so many people. I had to give it to the bank. I had to give it to the magistrate or the marriage office. I don't know what that building is called. I had to give it to them. I had to give it to the government now with all of my green work, paperwork. I have to give it to the government for my social security card. I'm probably going to have to give it to the DMV if I want a license. But again, it's the government asking for it, so it should be fine. Fingers crossed. ID sounds like a smokescreen for the age thing. She already lied about it. Yeah, agree with your sentiment, Buffalo. Whatever, I don't know. I just wanted to know her age. Sounds like it's complicated. Does sound like it's gonna be a complicated set of experiences you'll have. Dan, I feel for you, bro. Dude. Yeah, there it is. Me and Dan is like, right. Yeah. Y'all see, dude. I wanna like make fun of you a little bit and be like, yes, you know how to pick up, huh, Dan? Just poke some fun. But I can imagine, as you said, like you're dealing with a lot of emotional stuff already, dude. Maybe we can just like kind of laugh at the absurdity of the universe together. What better is there to do? Fear is just your mind trying to protect you. It panics at the unknown, but every time we push through small fears, we grow. And the big fears are just the same thing. We grow by facing them. It's apt what you say, combat journey. I have noticed, at least in my personal journey, that all of the things that I'm scared of rarely are as bad as I thought they were going to be. Right? Some of my scariest moments in my personal life was when I was arrested. And I wasn't arrested the first time, but it was basically like getting arrested, right? So when I moved to Shanghai, I didn't know what I'm looking for, the procedure, right? There's a procedure that you have to follow when you go to another state or another city in China, where you basically have to, as a foreigner, go to the local police station and then announce your arrival. Be like, okay, hello, I am foreigner and I am now in this city. And I didn't do that. when I moved to Shanghai because I didn't know I needed to. And then they came for me. Literally. I was inside my room, and then I heard someone knock on my door inside my apartment. All right. So just think about this. You're like chilling on your bed. You hear people enter your house. You hear footsteps. You hear someone knock on your room door. I died inside. Like I could literally like feel the life force drain from my body. I was like, oh wow. Because again, where I'm from, if you have a home invasion, not good. Not very good. So I was like, oh wow, guess I'm not gonna be okay today. And then I opened my door to witness 2 police officers in full hazmat suits. Not exactly full hazmat suits, like, oh, let's see if I can find what they look like. I'm sure I should be able to. Let's see if I can find a photo of what they looked like. Yeah, this is exactly what they looked like. I don't know if I should show that one. Here we go. All right. Suddenly, in my house is 2 guys dressed like that. I'll show you the face. This is what their faces look like. It's like that. Right? So I can't even see these people's faces. I'm just seeing like a sliver of eyes. And like the rest is full mask. So I'm like extra concerned. I'm like, oh wow. I couldn't even identify these people if I wanted to. Then they proceeded to use Google Translate. It was like WeChat Translate, but essentially Google Translate, to tell me that they're now going to take me to the police office. Then they do take me to the police office. I had to pay like a fine for forgetting to register myself or something like that. And then it was kind of like free game. I was like, okay again. They took me back home, like dropped me back in front. Like they knew exactly where to go as well. They didn't use a GPS. That was the crazy part. They just took me back to where they found me. And I was like, oh. Because again, the way that our doors work, the reason they were able to get inside the apartment is because there's keypads on the outside of the door. And the same keypad outside of my apartment door is the same keypad I had for my room door. Because there would be like these 2 rooms in that apartment, and the other person had a room as well, right? And they could like lock their door with the keypad. So they could, if they wanted to, open my room door as well. And that's the part that I was like really alarmed by, and it skizzed my brain because I was like, I am like at the mercy, literally, of the government. If they wanted to come in my room and drag me out of it, they could do that. They unironically could do that. I did research. Apparently, you can take out the batteries of the keypad, and then you can wedge a stick underneath the door. I wish I didn't have to do that research, but I found out. I found out if I needed to find out. And then I moved to Yangzhou. So the fear thing, right? On the way there, I was like convinced that these oaks are gonna take me to some alley, all right, and off me kind of thing, because there's very lack of this. They told me, you're gonna come with us now, kind of thing, right? Come with us, get dressed, because I was in my robe, because I was at my apartment. I was like in a robe, literally half naked, and they were like, get dressed, we're going somewhere. And I'm like, oh, cool. Got dressed, a lot of fear. Nothing happened, right? The worst that happened was having to pay a fine. And then the second time, while I was teaching, right, they come in, at least they weren't in hazmat suits this time, which is a little bit less concerning, but they were filming, right? They had like a camera that they came into the classroom with, filming the students I was teaching, filming me again, right? Like, yeah, look, he's doing something. And then they actually arrested me, right? I didn't get put in cuffs, thank goodness, but there was two police officers like walking by my side. And then when I got in the car, I had to sit in the middle, and then there was a police officer on each side of me, so I couldn't get out of the doors. There's four. I think it was six police officers. There was four in the car with me, and then two in the other police vehicle behind us. And then I got put in a metal chair, and I got interrogated for 3 hours. And even though they took the shoelaces off of my shoes and confiscated my phone and my passport and my wallet, right? I was like, again, at the mercy. I was like, I just hoping that they would give my stuff back. They kept my passport, but they put me on house arrest in my apartment at least. And then I had to pay a 30,000 RMB fine to get my passport back. Hey, Google, how much money in US dollars is 30,000 RMB, the Chinese yuan? In today's currency, it's 4,500 US dollars. Yeah. I didn't have to pay it, at least. Thank goodness. But I did have to pay it, right? I was gonna earn a salary, and then they, instead of paying my salary, bailed me out so I can get my passport back. And that was also a scary moment in my life. Those are some of the most scary moments I've ever experienced. And as Combat Journey said, like facing those big fears showed me that I thrive in fearlessness because, bro, I have experienced the worst of the worst when it comes to the consequences of existing. And even then, it didn't turn out as bad as I thought it would. It came out the other side unscathed. Unless you think of financials as getting scathed. I got my ass fucking ripped for that. I expect more of that behavior. The character has been revealed. Ask your pet if I can like and sub. Yes. I think Buffalo is talking about giving your ID to private individuals, Melt, not institutions. I think you're right, Dan. Honestly, Melt, this won't be surprising to me, but I have a problem with emotional repression. Abuse from my family has caused me to not prioritize myself, and now I'm in a bind again. Takes a lot. Takes a lot of work to evolve past these patterns, and I see you doing it, dear friend, little by little. An idea is forming, Dan. If her family is in the know on her behavior, I'd be upfront about it with them when you get there. We're not staying with her family, Sam. I'm staying with her in Beijing, like halfway across the country from her family. More patterns. If you were dressed like that, I would have definitely been concerned. Have you ever seen The Departed? That's exactly what Mark Wahlberg looked like right before he takes out Matt Damon. Love, don't abuse. I'm not trying to correct her, Sam. I'm just trying to gauge whether I do this trip and still be self-respecting and respectful to her as well. I think you should see it as a trip, bro. Like, I think you need to completely detach from the relationship, maybe, right? You should just see it as this is going to be a soul exploration. I'm going to go out into the world and learn more about myself, right? I think that's going to be the thing you have to kind of like shape your mind towards, because you'll still get good stuff from that. But if it's only like I'm gonna go and be lovey-dovey with this person in another country, that could be, a challenge. Continue. I'm starting to get tired and have an appointment to get to in approximately an hour. I've got to go, unfortunately. You've been appreciated, dear friend. Have a good one. What are you telling? Yes. Yes, I'm still here. I will stay here as long as I want. Who are you to point me out? Adul, you're welcome to stay, dear friend. But this place is a place of harmony. All of us are harmoniousing. Even if we're sharing stuff, like the stuff that we've been scared of, we're still here to be in harmony. I'm from India. I am gold. Subscribe your channel. Namaste. Nice to meet you. Thank you, Luna, for joining us again, dear friend. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is exactly what I'm doing, Melt. Treating it as my trip to Beijing. Exactly. However, spending it with someone who believes we're a couple when I'm emotionally checked out feels quite bad. That is all. It's still important to her for you to be in a relationship, right? Yeah, I'm thinking, feeling into your heart of like, you don't want to be abusive in that way, right? You don't want to have her feel like she's been used afterwards either. You've probably gone through stuff similar. I feel you, friend. You're a good person, Dan. Show up and continue being yourself. I think that's all you have to do. You don't have to. You don't have to be emotionally checked out, right? You don't have to be emotionally involved, but you can just allow yourself to be as you've been with this person, right? Uh, could you be friends with her, right? Afterwards, could you still be friends with her? Thanks for the space event about it. Couldn't sum it better than that. I think that's a beautiful sentence that you said, right? He does see it as a trip, as his trip to Beijing, but spending it to someone who believes we're a couple when he's emotionally checked out feels bad. Inshallah, Abdullah, inshallah, then you don't own anyone anything. Love is true. Dude, there's no chance that I'm going there as friends. Yeah. Smite him, Rose. I am here. I am not leaving. Abdullah, you might be forced to leave, dear friend. If you cannot find yourself in harmony with this space, maybe I can give you a topic for your brain to latch onto. Today's stream topic is about fearlessness, specifically body sensing, and how body sensing, becoming more aware of your body and its senses, allows you increased fearlessness, right? Where if you're aware of where your body is in space and time, and you can identify that it's not in danger right now, you can elicit the fearless way of being. However, if you're going to perpetuate a certain dissonance, we might not see your messages. You'll still be allowed in the space, but you might not be able to see your impact on this space going forward. Are you trying to sell me a book? No, Brazzy James. I definitely am not. I don't sell any books. You're talking about this book behind me. That's just my cards book. How's it, Boet? Gaan goed, oh? Lekker. Baie, baie goed. Dinge is aan die gang hierso. Ek lewe in Amerika nou. Ek doen baie meer van die goed myself. So daar's baie dinge wat jy nie help het mee in Amerika nie. Maar ek geniet dit. Ek geniet dit regtig baie. Ek voel ek het baie meer van 'n groot mens geword vanaf ek in hierdie land bly. How about you? How's it with you, Boet? Thanks. Thank you, Brazzy. Business is good. Nice. Why be friends with someone who lies to you from the rip? Daar sy, hou so aan. Cheers. I think it's time. All right? Feels like time. We're gonna pull a card. I'm gonna shuffle this deck a little bit. JSMK. I'm trusting that you live in South Africa, friend. With you talking Afrikaans. But maybe you don't. And I'm curious if you have tuned into this space before today. Is this your first time? You up. I'm processing. I'm sensing inside my body how I would deal with some of the information we've processed today together. Ik doe mijn vriend, doen dadelijk die Zuid-African accent op dan. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit there. Apparently, some people say my accent has become very Americanized. I have been doing these live streams for a while now, and I talk to myself a lot. I just think my ability to use English has grown a little bit more comfortable. I don't have to strain my mind as much to articulate myself. We do? We do. I feel deeply emotionally conflicted while also having a sense of clarity about where it's all heading. It's a good space to be in. Emotional confliction. Sense that. Just allow yourself to be with it a little bit then. You did mention that you're going to have some time this Wednesday. She's leaving, so that's not a long time from now. A day before my birthday. Enjoy your trip. It's nice you have a host. Just be wary. Don't give your trust away. Take what is given. Enjoy the experience, but know that it will come and go. Yeah, show up for the impermanence. Like all experiences in life, it is temporary and you should enjoy it and take it for what it is. Why do I have to challenge the argument? I'm guessing you just read the rules, all right? Love is true. Be respectful, I think. Challenge the argument, not the person, right? You can challenge me as a person, but what are we gonna do, right? Are we gonna put up fisticuffs? Or something, all right? None of us are going to win in that way. However, if I share something, like today, for example, the argument is that in body sensing, in becoming more aware of your body, you can reduce the amount of fear you experience in the world. That's the argument I'm making today. And you can be like, nuh-uh. And if you want to be like, nuh-uh, and you articulate yourself as to why nuh-uh, I can learn from you. And then in me learning from you, I could say something that could let you learn from me. And then both of us grow as a consequence of challenging the argument instead of challenging each other as people, right? Oh, you're just stupid. You just think all of that stuff because you're stupid. Now we're at a stalemate. Now where do we go from that? Now I have to either lob an ad hominem attack towards you as well, which I don't know you and you don't know me, right? So we don't have the depth or the perspective to make personal judgments. However, when an argument is shared, you are allowed your unique thoughts, and I am curious to hear what you think. So that is the reason for challenging the argument and not the person. It's weird when your heart hurts, but it also knows you're doing the right thing. Wise Buffalo. It's nice to have you here, Buffalo. Right? You joined us with a little bit of resistance at first. And maybe you can tell us as well. Buffalo came and challenged one of the arguments that we shared, right? And because of that, I think both of us grew. And because he saw that I was willing to hear him out and be with his perspective instead of just saying he's a stupid doo-doo head for having a different perspective than me, we found harmony in the space together. And now he's a part of the space and is adding value, adding depth, adding the divinity of mind, that only he could. So love is true. Show up. My father was a donkey. A true wise ass, indeed. Exactly. I feel very disheartened and emotionally conflicted because of this one person. Yeah, Abdul? You're going to feel disheartened and emotionally conflicted because of one person, any person, right? How about you don't do that? Have you considered that you don't disheart yourself or emotionally conflict yourself because of someone challenging you, someone being like, hey, don't do that. That is something to be disheartened by. I don't think that's fair to yourself either, right? Have you considered not? Have you considered that it's all play and that we're here to have fun? That it's not so serious. Have you considered that? Hey bro, how you doing? Anonymous guy, I'm doing well. Feel present. I feel really clear. Really, really clear. And I appreciate that clarity. Play some cards, rains, burps, sirens. Funny too. Don't you cast that gypsy magic on me. Lone Buffalo, Tumhain, Talmine, Bantkar Ayata. It's like, don't you fucking cast that gypsy magic on. That's too bad, bud. Maybe you can find someone to play a sad song in the world's smallest violin for you. Bro, I'm the guy who made you do push-ups and squats, remember? You had a different name the last time, but I do remember. I do remember. Yay, my coffee is done. Bet you haven't heard someone say that. I'm happy that it's done because it means that I have consumed the last of the caffeine I'll get today before 12. Which my whoop stats lets me know is good. Hey, Koran? Koranga art legend? Cool name. Koranga. Where are you from? I'm from South Africa, but I now live in the United States of America. I've lived here for a total of 3 months and 20 days. I'm coming up on my 4th month now. You want to do the plank today? Near I wanna not do plank. I love A.B. de Villiers. I wish I could say I knew who that was. I'm sure it's someone who did something in South Africa at some point. However, I'm like really bad when it comes to like paying attention to history, especially our South African history. A lot of it is pretty yikes, right? I know about it, but I don't idolize names necessarily or remember. Like a name is very important to me, and I only crystallize it into my mind if I use it, right? If I'm gonna talk to the person, kind of thing. Sorry for ruminating. Sorry for what though? Why? Why are you sorrying, dude? I just have a feeling coming at me right now. Been repressing this. I am most fulfilled by making people I care for happy. Obviously, I care for her on some level, so this all creates a lot of dread. I can't stand letting people down. I'm proud of you, bro. Remember that you're people too. Don't let yourself down, dude. You got this. Oh, it's a South African cricket legend. Okay, thank you, JSMK. At least we have one South African friend that knows what you're talking about. I'm from India. Makes sense that you would know our cricket players as well. India and South Africa have been playing cricket against each other for a very long time, and they do good, right? There's a lot of sportsmanship in that as well. What about you? What about them letting you down? It's okay to be selfish, to a point. No, I don't want anyone to play violin for me. I feel good alone. I'm good. Yo, you played cricket? I've hit a ball before, but I never competed. I was never in the team kind of thing. Ego is a cause of a lot of problems in this world, but if you want to survive, you must have it and employ it. Be aware, right? When you do body sensing, me personally, is you in South Africa? Ek is nie meer in South Africa nie. I'm not in South Africa anymore. I now live in the United States. Ego is the cause of a lot of problems in our world. Employ it. Employ it. You must have it. My favorite player is Dale. Dale Steyn. I wish I knew these names. I really do. Can someone tell me to stop? A Neplex. Is that a Roblox profile picture? Or a Minecraft character? You must be 7 years old. No, I'm not 7. I'm actually 8 years old. You must be 8 years old. People talk about ego, but never talk about econ. Econ. Yes. Not. He's 7.5. Okay, sorry, my bad. I'm 7.5, okay? I'm not 7, damn it. You want to apologize or not? I'm not apologizing for anything. What do I have to apologize for? Ugh. Maximum ego. You should tell me to stop, please. Somebody. Somebody tell me to stop. What are you doing with this card? Do you tell the future? No. No future is getting told. This card is it's a visionary. Stop. Thank you, Shell. Just saw her message. This is a visionary deck. Right? You are the visionary. Who, me? Yes. You are the visionary. Ooh. I've been wanting this card actually, TBH. This is the card, one of the cards I personally associate with the tetrahedron. People talk about human rights, but never about you. All right, where are you from? I'm from South Africa. Tetrahedron. Tetrahedron? Why, Melt, you say, is tetrahedron cool? Well, tetrahedron is 4 equally sided triangles. Right? A platonic solid is a 3-dimensional shape that is made up of itself. Right? The same shape duplicated to make a shape of itself. And there's only 5 of them. And the tetrahedron is amongst those 5s. I'm from Sri Lanka. Very cool. Welcome, dear friend. Just wanted to say I hope you have a blessed week and a good stream. Thank you, the Archangel. I appreciate you manifesting that good energy with us, dear friend. Envisioning it with you. It has been a good stream. I've been having a lot of fun. It is coming to its end very soon. Understanding and action. Tetrahedron. That's the stuff in that makes you high. I'm taking a tetrahedron break right now. You have a 6-year-old among us. You guessed it, Netflix. Positive vibes. There is a new virus out there. I've heard about it. What are you gonna do, Ash G? What are you gonna do? All right, it's not here right now, thank goodness. Hopefully it remains under control. But in the meantime, the best thing we can do is be positive, right? Hoping that it will get better. Apologize for being this humble. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I'm so humble. You know, in fact, I'm not sorry. I'm actually the most humble person. You know, nobody is as humble as me is. Yeah, I've looked. I've met a small percentage of humanity, you know, and I'm actually the most humble. You know, I've determined. Tetrahedron. Show me your shoes now. No. I've seen a few ticks in my life. I grew up before the internet, before we were all locked outside all day. I was one of those kids, bro. I was not allowed, literally not allowed to watch TV or interact with a computer unless it was either raining or dark, right? Those were the 2 conditions that had to be met. And then it would only get dark around 6, and I would have to go to bed at 8, and we would have dinner first. So I had like 20-ish, 40-ish minutes to have computer time as a kid. The rest of it, I was just outside, playing in the mud. There are a lot more ticks now. I even found one in my house yesterday, and I haven't left my house in a week. No idea how it got in. Treat ticks like you would black widow spiders. Yeah, I'm also not a fan of ticks, Lone Buffalo. I've gotten tick bitten 7 times since I came to America already. Especially ticks with the white spot, the alpha gal one. I have been bitten by that one, Lone Buffalo. I've taken a Lone Star tick off of my body. I died inside. I was like, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't get alpha gal. At least I don't think I've gotten it. I've been eating meat since, and I had that bite at the start of April. Can you eat meat? Yep. Still can. It didn't stay latched long. I had 2 on my body. I felt one crawling up my leg, and then I was like, hey, what's happening there? And then I found it, and I look at it, and it has that white spot on it, the alpha gal one. I'm like, oh my goodness. and then I feel something on my leg still, and I'm like, what's that? And then it is another one of them latched. So that to me at least communicates that the one that did latch was probably close to the one that didn't latch, which means the fact that the other one was still climbing and looking for a place ideally means that I didn't have that one on me. No, it's not that big a deal, Lon. Stay alive, bro. It's maybe gonna be harder. Say something in German. I'm not German, ik is Afrikaans. So ik ga niet voor je iets kan zeggen in German. Ik kan zeggen Dankeschön. I can say Schmetterling. Boom. That's a German word. Ich liebe dich. Boom. I love you. Get German. If I can't eat red meat, I'm done. It's like, okay, what's there left though? If I can't have nice steak, I'd rather just check out. Understand and action. I love chicken wings, but there is no sausage. I haven't had much red meat since coming to America. It's just too expensive too. Like, it is ridiculously expensive. Yo, I'm no homo. Don't I love you me? Hey, you sexy, absolute drop dead gorgeous of a person, Ash G, looking all hot out there on the other side of the internet. flirts with this guy harder. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're homo now, dude. That's how it works. So if a man flirts with you, you become homosexual. Too bad. You get man loved. I'm a man, yo. It looks like I care. Get loved, though. Get loved anyway. Sorry, my German is German. I'm gonna stop reading chat for a second and start reading this card, okay? Positive masculinity, bromance, yeah, Jonas. Understanding and action. The tetrahedron, with its 4 equal triangular faces, is one of the 5 three-dimensional shapes commonly called the Platonic solids. The simplest of these solids is the tetrahedron. It is associated with the masculine aspect and the element of fire. It is a symbol of action and understanding. This is the fire of ambition and the understanding of what it will take to bring ideas and projects to fruition. Is there a mission you have been considering or a decision you have been putting off? Now is the time to seek greater understanding and assurance that the path you have embarked upon is in your best interest. Now is the time to take action and initiate movement towards the promotion of ideas and the completion of creative projects. If you are already actively engaged in this process, this card affirms your decision to act and supports the inspiration and passion that directs you upon this path. Understand that evolution of your vision will take energy and focus. Remember to listen to your inner guidance and make certain this action is not mere smoke and flames, but intentional movement towards your highest good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We really have been taking action. Taking action, a little by little. It's not just smoke and flames, but intentional movement towards our highest good. It's pretty loaded, but it is true. Krankenhaus. Krankenhaus? I can't remember what Krankenhaus means. Hospital, yes. Yes, Krankenhaus. Oh no, I just got a cut. Better go to the Krankenhaus. Kann es die Dutch spreken? Sag jetzt wat in Dutch. Nee, dammit. Ich glaube dich. If I can't eat red meat, I'm done. Love is true. Too bad, get man love. Speaking of my German positive masculinity, I pretend to be gay for free drinks. Lone Buffalo being a savage out there. I don't have anything against it, but I'm not into it. Ash, I am married to a woman, right? So my masculinity and sexuality is very unchallenged. I like complimenting my friends, right? You happy? You happy now? There's a creature looking at me. Rooking. Why are you touching me? Why are you touching me with your feetsies? This is what you wanted. He's like, this is exactly what I wanted. This is what I was hoping for. He's so corny it hurts. Nexum, welcome to the club, bro. I'm definitely corny. I'll admit that much. But at least I'm being myself. All right. I could be cool. Talk about trucks. Talk about the big fish I caught that one day. And talk about anything else. But authenticity can be corny sometimes. Stop touching me. Oh, why are you doing that? You ain't gotta do all that. You ain't gotta be like touching me and stuff. Oh. I'm giving him ear scratchums. Yeah, he's really into it. I'm sorry for all of the grunting sounds he's making. I dig it. I'm from Indiana. Did I miss some parts? Corn? Eat more corn. Your comments are so lame it hurts. This is just so damn corny. My bread out of make bread out of it and serve it with pork and beans. Hospital. Krank means sick. The sick building. The sick house. The best German word is pen. It's Kugelschreiber. Kugelschreiber. And it translates to ink writer. Look at that word though. That means pen. Yes. Can I please have a pen? No. What? Can I please have a Kugelschreiber? You're getting too into it, bro. You're making it weird though. You're making it weird. Stop touching me. You don't have to make all of them sound, so you can just appreciate the ear scratchings without all of that extra. Them creatures. Them creatures be creaturing. I do pretend to be gay to get free drinks. Nice. Dog wants oxytocin, too bad. He's got some. He got some. He got some oxytocins. Can't say I never did a good thing for you. Can you? No. He definitely does get a lot. He looks like he's stunned. If your masculinity is so weak that it feels like it's in danger when another man expresses his love for you, maybe that masculinity is actually just a facade, perpetuated by a fragile ego. Cornbread is good, cornbread is not sweet. I will die on this blood-soaked heel. Yeah, I don't think the cornbread me and Joe had was sweet either. Erdafel, Paradiser, and Fascherst are my favorite German words. And this thing should probably translate. No, it's not. It's mostly English, so it doesn't translate. I don't know what any of those words mean. But I appreciate you, friends, for joining me today. I have pulled a card. We pulled the card of action and understanding. And I don't understand German. But I know I could take action in learning this language, I guess. What a pleasure. Something apple, tourist, and I have no clue. Ah, Artapel? Erdafel? Erdafel. Clams or oysters. I don't eat any of those two, technically much. A mussel, is a mussel a clam? I don't think I've ever had a clam. And I've had like maybe 5 oysters in my entire life. Like literally in my entire life, dude. I've had way more mussels because growing up as a kid, my dad would like bacon kips and mussels. Maybe some blue cheese as well. But yeah, we don't talk about food in this space much. It can be distracting. I appreciate you, friends, for joining me What a pleasure. What? Are you being surprised by the oyster comment? I think 5 is generous. I know for sure I've had at least 2, but I don't know for sure that I've had more than 5. No, by Rose. No, butthole. No. Dang, those are Austrian words for common things that make Germans break out in hives. Alone. Sam? Yeah. Sam means alone in some language, and it auto-translates Sam to alone sometimes. His name, Buffalo. Read it again. Ah. Heinous anus. I'm sure he's here to not troll with a name like that. Love is true. Hey! Ah! I hit my fucking fingers. You're okay, fingies. Kiss him better. There we go. He stopped hurting. I don't know if I want love is true though to save yourself. I appreciate you friends for being here with me today. It's always a pleasure sharing this space. I hope it treated you well. I hope that you'll pay attention to your body, sense how your body is feeling, and I trust that in doing so, you'll enter this world, enter this day, enter this week with more fearlessness. Don't be scared of all of that stuff out there. All right? Sense your body. Can you sense your body? Yes. Reduce the amount of fear you experience. I appreciate you, friends, for being fearless here with me. I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye now. Love you, friends. Cheers.